Let me ask you this question. What do you think of when you imagine what a chemist is? Perhaps you imagine a person wearing a lab coat and safety glasses in a lab surrounded by fancy glassware containing bubbling solutions. In reality, chemistry as a discipline encompasses far more than this narrow picture, and the chemist is far more qualified than just performing reactions in a lab. My name is Ryan Bettens, and I'm one of the professors in the Department of Chemistry at the National University of Singapore. In this video, I hope to open your eyes to the great variety of opportunities that await a graduate with a major in chemistry from the NUS. Chemists can be found working on measuring calories and chemicals in food that you find printed on food packaging, or working on the developing flavors and fragrances to the observations of pollutants in the air, water and soil, as well as the establishment of protocols to eliminate them. Chemists are involved in chemical safety inspections and the safe disposal of toxic materials. They craft new instruments for the detection of near invisible chemical species and routinely use instruments to maintain food and product quality everywhere and in all manufactured things. Chemists can be found advising governments and are involved in patenting methods, chemicals and instruments, as well as even being patent attorneys themselves, with of course additional training in law. Chemistry isn't just constrained to the laboratory, with the computational and theoretical chemists being involved in the development and implementation of large-scale computer calculations and simulations of life molecules, as well as drugs for the betterment of humankind. Such calculations assist the synthetic chemist, who then goes on to the very often challenging task of producing these new drugs or creating new materials yet unknown to man. Chemists are called upon in the field of medicine for all manner of analysis, imaging and detection. Chemists develop newer and better batteries and methods of energy storage, improve semiconductors and create molecular electronic circuitry. Chemists can be found in most every scientific endeavour, and we can see this when we look at some of the companies that take on our chemistry interns in their 4th year of their degree. Of course, as our interns learn, there will always be brand new specific skills and knowledge that must be acquired on the job when entering a career in the workforce just out of university. But the foundational training and knowledge, as well as the specific modules you choose to enroll in at the NUS, will place you in the best possible position to commence your career as a chemist. Ultimately, it's up to you to make the very most of the world-class training that you will receive from us.
Ever wonder what lab is like beyond titrations and checks for precipitates? Ever wonder if you will ever have the chance on working with state-of-the-art research-grade lab instruments, ones that will allow you to observe the very atoms and molecules themselves? As chemistry undergraduates in NUS, you will embark in an extensive lab experience both in synthetic and analytical chemistry. You will perform organic reactions you've studied at secondary level by yourself and even take samples of soil and water to analyze their components using gas and liquid chromatography. It will be an exciting and incredible journey, and your safety is always number one. Every student working in our chemistry lab dons themselves with personal protective equipment, PPE, that keeps you safe. But not only lab coat and goggles. Our lab staff, lab instructors, and teaching assistants, TAs, will be there to guide you with your experiments and take care of your well-being. Find your passion in our chemistry labs. We are waiting to welcome you.
I've got a lot to say, hope that's okay, and doesn't matter anyway. Hi everyone, it's Shavina, and today's question is, why do onions make you cry? When onion cells rupture, amino acid sulfoxides react with enzymes to form sulfonic acid. Sulfonic acid isn't stable, so it rearranges itself to form syn-propanethiol S oxide. This gives onions its characteristic odor and is what irritates our eyes. It's the onion's defense mechanism against predators, but we still eat them anyways. So how do we reduce the tears? Place onions in the fridge before cutting them. The lowered temperature reduces the rate of chemical reaction, so less syn-propanethiol as oxide is produced. Cool. I guess that means... Ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking them up and cutting them up. I'm picking these onions and cutting them up. Hey, now I want some onion rings. Gotta go. See you.
I'm Lim Chin Chin. I graduated in 1991 with honours, and I subsequently continued with a master's in chemistry. I joined HSA in 1994. I was there for 18 years, and after that I left HSA to start up a private entity, the Forensic Experts Group. Forensic science is about problem solving. A case where fraud and forgery is concerned, the evidence is submitted or the items are submitted, and then in the lab itself, the scientists will be analysing all these different materials and items. There are many cases that involve chemistry. A case where fire and explosion occurred, and when it's chemical related, then it's very important to identify the chemicals that were involved, the compatibility of these chemicals, the reactions between them, what actually happened during or before the fire. The 4 years that I had in NUS Chem were instrumental to where I am today. You learn how to look for information, you learn how important scientific literature is, and then using that scientific literature, you to a certain extent, you create new information. Things like vapor pressure became very important. Okay, and material science as well. Knowing the properties of how different materials work, different types of polymers, how they will behave, they are all important, and there were cases that I really had to rely on the chemistry that I had in order to solve and investigate on a particular case. I hope that each of you can believe in yourself and have the courage to do what you're passionate about and believe in.
I'm Wendy Leong, a patent scientist in a law firm called Yusan Audrey. My colleagues are lawyers, engineers, and scientists, and we help our clients create, protect, and realize value from their IP assets. I did my Bachelor of Science with Honours in Chemistry with NUS and PhD with NTU. I help clients with their IP strategy, which involves seeking patent protection for their invention. I am proud to be an alumni of NUS Chemistry. In retrospect, I appreciate the opportunities to learn about a wide range of subjects and hone transferable skills such as analytical and communication skills. This has helped me in my work, which involves drafting patents and convincing a patent examiner that my client's invention is worthy of a patent. I love how patents can help businesses extract value. In particular, patents bring together the R&D team and the business team of a company so that their objectives are aligned.
I've got a lot to say, hope that's okay, and doesn't matter anyway. Hey friends, it's Shafina, and today we're asking, why is blood red? Red blood cells contain a molecule called hemoglobin. It's a protein with an iron atom at its center. Iron binds to oxygen, and this gives blood cells their oxygen-carrying capacity. Since this binding is reversible, deoxygenated blood appears dark red, while oxygenated blood appears a bright red instead. So is all blood red? No. Blood comes in different colors depending on the respiratory pigment present in the organism. Blue blood is observed when copper, instead of iron, binds to oxygen in the blood cells. To keep it short, squids and spiders got blue blood, worms and leeches got green blood, some even have purple blood, but most of us still have red blood. Hey, blue blood has copper? See you.
Lately, I've been thinking I want want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the morning comes and we see what we've become, in the cold light of day we're a flame in the wind, not the fire that we begun. Every argument, every word we can't take back, 'cause with all that has happened I think that we both know the way that the story ends. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. I've been thinking, I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. When the evening falls and I'm left there with my thoughts, and the image of you being with someone else, well, it's eating me up inside. But we ran our course, we pretended we're okay. Now if we jump together, at least we can swim far away from the wreck we made. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave.
Don't think about it, just move your body. Listen to the music, sing oh yeah, oh. Just move those left feet, go ahead, get crazy. Anyone can do it, sing oh yeah, oh. Show the world you got that fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the room what you can do, prove to them you got the moves. Hey, I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. Better when I'm dancing, yeah, yeah. And we can do this together. I bet you feel better when you're dancing, yeah, yeah. When you finally let go, you say that's all I want. Listen to the music, sing oh yeah, oh. 'Cause you're confident, girl. You make your hips sway. We knew that you could do it, so oh yeah, oh. Show the world you got that fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the room what you can do. Prove to them you got the moves. Hey, I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. And we can do this together. I bet you feel better when you're dancing. Yeah,
Spent 24 hours, I need more hours with you. We spent the weekend getting even, ooh. We spent the late nights making things right between us. But now it's all good, babe. Roll that backward, babe, and play me close. 'Cause girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love fun and yeah, me do what I want when I come through.
Introducing NUS water cooler.
I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a girl
this one you $16 only, but then you puke one time, you sticky must pay $50. So you just open this one, you already inside.
Trying to make things right between us. And now it's all good, baby. But that backward, baby. Let me go. We go together. Better than birds of a feather, you and me. We change the weather. Yeah, I'm feeling heat in December when you found me. I've been dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark, can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain. And baby, you know it's obvious, I'm a sucker for you. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. Yeah, any road you take, you know that you'll find me. I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you, about you, about you, about you. And you're making the typical me break my typical rules. It's true, I'm a sucker for you.
What do Wonder Woman use to snare her enemies?
Your butt.
You and you know everything about me. I can't remember all of the nights I don't remember when you're around me. I've been dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark, can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain. And baby, you know it's obvious, I'm a sucker for you. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. Yeah, any road you take, you know that you'll find. Walking down 29th and Park, I saw you in another's arms. Only a month we've been apart. You look happier. Saw you walk inside a bar. You said something to make you laugh. I saw that both your smiles were twice as wide as ours. Yeah, you look happier, you do. Ain't nobody hurt you like I hurt you. Ain't nobody love you like I do. Promise that I will not take it personal, baby, if you're moving on with someone new. 'Cause baby,